Hello, my name is Haley Jones. I'm an MAT student at Liberty University Online. I'm doing this presentation for Education 632 in the summer 2020 semester. Today we will be looking a little bit at the writing process for English language arts. By the end of this presentation, you should be a little bit more familiar with the 5 stages of the writing process in the 4 different genres of writing, along with many other components of the writing process that we will be discussing today. First, we will start by looking at the 5 stages of the writing process. Keep in mind as we go through these 5 stages that they are not always performed in order. Pre-writing is important for organization and design. It also helps get students excited about the piece they are about to compose. Younger students tend to draw pictures to organize their pre-writing, while older students make diagrams or storyboards. Pre-writing involves choosing a topic, genre, and audience, as well as setting a purpose. Drafting is our next stage of the writing process. I call this messy writing because it gives students a chance to jot everything down that they are thinking about their chosen topic. Drafting emphasizes content, not mechanics. Students will be able to go over errors in the next step. Revision is the time for students to make any additions, substitutions, deletions, or moves in their writing. Students can peer review by reading their paper to someone in the class and allowing them to ask questions and make revisions after. Students can then conference with the teacher about their revisions. This can help students gauge their progress in writing. Editing is when we shift to look at the mechanics of our writing, aka capitalization, punctuation, spelling, and more. This is also an excellent time for mechanics to be taught. Sometimes editing may need to wait a few days so the students are not too familiar with their writing and are able to identify errors. Errors are marked with special symbols during proofreading that tells students what needs to be changed. Publishing is our last stage to talk about. Publishing can mean making a final copy, reading from the author's chair, or sharing writing with peers. Final copies are often thought of as books, while the author's chair is a way for students to feel empowered about sharing their writing aloud. Students can communicate with each other in meaningful ways by sharing writings. Now that we've discussed the writing process, we can look at the 4 different genres of writing. They are informational, narrative, persuasive, and poetry. Students collect information from a variety of sources when composing informative writing. Informational writing is used for a number of different purposes, including giving directions, sequencing, cause and effect, problem and solution, and comparisons. These works are often seen as autobiographies, biographies, interviews, reports, and directions. Narrative writing is probably what we think of most often when thinking of a story. Narrative writing has characters, conflict, a beginning, middle, and end. Narrative writing can be original stories, retelling stories, sequels, scripts, or personal narrative. Persuasive writing is a form of nonfiction writing that is used to state a viewpoint on a given topic. A stance is taken, and then logical arguments are used to back it up. Persuasive writing appeals to people through logic, morals, character traits, and emotions. We see this type of writing in the real world all the time in ads, movie or book reviews, commercials, and more. Poetic writing is arranged differently than most writing pieces. Poetry appeals to the reader's emotions by using distinct styles and rhythm. The rhythm and style can be changed depending on the message the reader is trying to convey. Some common types of poems are acrostic, 5 senses, haiku, found, free verse, and many others. Differentiation is important in any classroom setting and any subject. Differentiation is when teachers design instruction, plan activities, and choose grouping patterns in order to facilitate student success. Differentiation can and should be used in any subject. For writing, tiered assignments can be used. Tiered assignments are designed to instruct students on essential skills that are provided at different levels of complexity, abstractness, and open-endedness. The curricular content and objectives are the same, but the process and/or product are varied according to the student's level of readiness. Choice boards can also be used for differentiation in writing. Choice boards are organizers that contain a variety of activities. Students can choose one or several activities to complete as they learn a skill or develop a product. Choice boards can be organized so that students are required to choose options that focus on several different skills. Now that we've went over the writing process and the 4 genres of writing, you should have a better idea of how writing is composed and what some good strategies may be for differentiating learning when teaching the writing process. Thanks for listening.